3, 2, 1.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Naz, and welcome to the 2025 Financial Stakeholder Meeting for Craven Foods. Today, we're going to take a look at where we stand so far. As most of you know, Craven Foods, our Edmonton-based grocery chain, has been losing about $2 million a year from food spoilage, mostly from over-ordering and inaccurate forecasts. That's where our student consulting team comes in. We've been working on an AI-driven spoilage reduction app we call Fresher. Its goal is to help stores order the right quantities, flag products at risk of expiring, recommend what to restock, and tie store operations directly into existing accounting systems. Since many of you are already familiar with the core work each student is doing, the real focus for today is on how our different disciplines have worked together, what's been gained from that collaboration, and finally the challenges we've had to work through along the way. Now I'll hand the floor over to Pablo.
Thank you, Naz. Hey everyone, my name is Pablo, and I'm part of the student consulting team. First off, I'd like to thank the chair for giving our team this opportunity. Today, we'll start off with a brief introduction of our team and disciplines. Next, we'll share how we collaborated across disciplines on Fresher. Afterward, we'll discuss various challenges we faced, and we will end off by discussing the advantages that we came across when working together. With that, I will pass it off to Alan to begin our team introduction.
Hey everybody, I'm Owen. My role as part of AI and Data was to design and train the AI model used in our app to predict optimal order quantities and spoilage risk for perishable goods. I worked with historical sales data, weather forecasts, and supplier lead times, as well as promotional schedules to identify patterns that affect shelf life. I also created interactive data visualizations and dashboards so store managers could easily interpret the predictions from our AI model, monitor trends, and receive alerts for potential overstock situations.
Hi again, everybody. It's Naz. For my part in the project, I took the AI model that we built and turned it into a web app. After we decided on the tech stack, I set it up to bring in historical sales, weather forecasts, store promotions and discounts, and supplier response times. Using all that, it works out the order quantity and gives each perishable item a rating score.
Hi again. As mentioned previously, my name is Pablo, and my role as the operations management student has been to map how decisions happen in the store. That means when trucks arrive, when managers approve orders, and the inventory that is available in the store at opening, throughout the day, and at closing. I turned those insights into simple inputs and created process diagrams, inventory count charts, and forecasts so the team never had to guess.
Hello, it's Ira, the guiding student on the team. My focus has been on the financial health and sustainability of this project. I've been modeling the expected cost savings from reduced spoilage, calculating the project's break-even point, and tracking our ESG matrix. I'm also responsible for making sure that our AI recommendations, particularly around markdowns, align with our existing accounting rules and the supplier contracts to avoid any financial discrepancies. I'll now hand over the mic to Pablo to introduce collaboration.
We found that the most important part of our project was our intersector collaboration, where we combined technical, operational, and financial perspectives. Throughout our work, we found 4 key areas of collaboration, and now I will pass it off back to Ira to discuss our first principle of collaboration.
The first principle of collaboration from an accounting perspective. From an accounting perspective, my work with the rest of the team was constant overall. I collaborated closely with Aun and Nas to translate our company's policies on markdowns and revenue recognition into guardrails for the app. This meant defining what data was needed for auditing and how it should be displayed. With Pablo, I worked to align operational changes with our budget and to track the financial impact of our pilot stores. This collaborative approach ensured that our operational improvements were always financially sound and compliant.
My job was to take the AI's predictions and turn them into a usable app that both our teams and our managers could navigate. The dashboard had to be clear enough for operations to work with, but not so cluttered that accounting couldn't quickly find the data they needed.
From the operations perspective, I worked with others to keep us grounded in how the store actually runs and to make sure every plan fits that reality. With AI, I pushed for a small set of inputs the team can reliably capture, which are clear and easy to understand. With software, I focused on when and where decisions happen and kept the workflow fast and simple. And with Ara from accounting, I ensured that what's practical on the floor also fits the rules and reporting needs. In short, we work to align plans with real routines so the guidance is usable, the app is straightforward, and the numbers stay clean.
So from the AI and data visualization perspective, I interacted with the software sector with Naz by providing predictive models, analytics, and visual dashboards that he could integrate into the application for real-time and user-friendly access. I also collaborated with Ira in accounting by supplying forecasts, performance metrics, and cost analyses that informed budgeting, profitability tracking, and compliance decisions. I also worked with Pavlo for operations by delivering process analytics and predictive insights that can be applied to streamline workflows, allocate resources efficiently, and improve overall performance. Now we can discuss the challenges of intersector collaboration. Go ahead, Ira.
There were definitely some issues working with the different sectors. We found three main issues, which I would like to discuss with all of you.
So the first challenge we found was conflicting priorities. Across disciplines, the priorities naturally diverged. AI and data pushed for richer inputs and analytical fidelity. Operations demanded fast, low-effort workflows, while accounting prioritized compliance, auditability, and cost control, whereas software development valued simplicity, stability, and maintainability. We aligned our priorities by clarifying roles and trimming them to essentials. Finance, or accounting, defined the policy guardrails and evidence needed. Operations specified a small repeatable input set and when the decisions actually happen. AI committed to a good enough signal that improves iteratively, and software encoded those guardrails and workflows into a streamlined interface with automatic decision capture. The result is guidance that learns over time without overloading frontline work, records that satisfy governance, and a product that stays usable and focused.
The second challenge we came across was communication barriers. We noted that across disciplines, language often gets in the way. AI leans on statistical terms, accounting on policy acronyms, and software on technical jargon. We aligned by having operations flag unclear terms, having software replace jargon with plain language labels and brief descriptions, and we had accounting provide concise policy wording and the exact evidence needed to reach compliance. With that, we had AI translate metrics into everyday statements. We also adopted a short glossary and structured updates to keep messages clear. In result, we had fewer clarification loops, faster decision making, and consistent vocabulary across the team and the interface.
For our final challenge, we had different definitions of what we considered to be successful. Across our disciplines, we realized we weren't all aiming for the same kind of win. For AI, it was all about model performance. For operations, they wanted speed and low input effort. Accounting and finance focused on compliance, cost control, and audit readiness. Whereas software, what I was working on, was looking for simplicity, reliability, and maintainability. Now, none of these priorities were wrong, but they pulled us in different directions and created trade offs. To get aligned, we built a shared outcomes ladder, starting with the top business goal, then creating the clear guardrails for each discipline, and creating a single tiebreaker metric. For every feature, we wrote a quick success card with things like user time to decision, compliance checks, model confidence range, and operation feasibility. If anything missed the mark, the discipline that owned it adjusted their part. In practice, we changed the feature, not the person, and kept every decision tied back to our common definition of success. Now I'll be passing it back to Pablo.
Although we came across challenges between our disciplines while collaborating, we also found numerous advantages to working in an interdisciplinary field. Would you like to share one, Ara?
Sure. So, the very first advantage that I believe was filling knowledge gaps. Operation managers standardize a small set of practical inputs and define what a usable signal looks like. AI turns that into clear, easy to read guidance and learn from real outcomes over time. This pairing helps operations by making priorities obvious at a glance and keeps data work light. It also helps AI by supplying steady, real world input so the guidance is stable and trusted. The impact is faster decisions, fewer last minute scrambles, and continuous improvement without burdening the store. Anne, would you like to discuss the second advantage?
The second advantage was balanced decision making. So while software developers translate policy into software, they build simple screens, set sensible defaults, enforce rules and permissions, and automate timestamps and records. The accounting professionals define the guardrails, posting times, approval levels, supplier terms, and what evidence is needed for clean reporting. This helped operations by removing guesswork and extra paperwork, and also helped accounting by delivering audit-ready records. The result is consistent decisions across locations, fewer errors, faster reviews, and quicker training for new staff.
Our third and final advantage surrounds making decisions driven by confidence and trust. We ensured confidence and trust in our system with the following. Our AI and data specialists would quantify options in plain terms and would run quick what-if comparisons. Accounting would validate how those choices should be recognized and reported, set thresholds for acceptable risk, and confirm the numbers to ensure they align with budgets and policies. Together, this produced guidance that is both valuable and enabled clear impact that leaders can trust and compare across sites. This helped operations by giving confidence that actions won't create month-end problems, and helps leadership by focusing attention on decisions that actually move the needle. With that, I'll let Naz close off for us.
Thanks, Pablo. To finish off, we're looking forward to seeing how our three-store pilot goes in the coming week. The real-world feedback we get will help us fine-tune the AI model and update our compliance policies. In about 4 weeks' time, we'll meet again to go over the results. If there's one thing Fresha has shown us, it's that while technology can be a powerful tool, it's really collaboration that truly drives success. We hope you'll see the benefits of this tool firsthand and watch in action during this holiday season. Thank you very much. Goodbye.